Fine. So in the last session, we discussed about what is the meaning of Oracle, financials, and applications. In today's session, let's talk about what is the meaning of fusion. What does it mean by fusion? Let's take simple example. There is one company called as XYZ Inc. They want to use financials, supply chain management, human capital management, project portfolio management, procurement, and reporting solutions they want to use for their company to manage their business data. If they want to manage their business data, what applications they have to choose from the market? There are many companies who are offering these applications in the market. If you look at those, you can see Oracle, PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, Siebel, Hyperion, Primavera, and you take SAP. There are many companies who are offering these solutions. Now, this XYZ company has to choose applications from which product? Do they have to choose from Oracle or SAP or PeopleSoft, JD Edwards? From which company they have to choose? So most of the companies are providing these solutions. Now, if you look at reality, within the Oracle, we have all the solutions. But within the Oracle, financials is very famous solution. Okay, finance is very good from Oracle only. From PeopleSoft product, HCM, human capital management is very famous. From JD Edwards company, SCM and procurement is very famous. From Siebel, CRM is famous. Hyperion is very famous for reporting budgeting solutions. And Primavera is famous for project scheduling. SAP is famous for SD. Now, the XYZ company has to choose which company for these products. Most of the companies are providing almost all these applications, but they are not very much specialized in all these areas. Oracle is specialized in financials. PeopleSoft is specialized in the HCM. Even they have other solutions. They are specialized in HCM, JDE for this, and different vendors are specialized in specific business solutions. But if the company is looking for all these solutions, they have to take financials from Oracle, supply chain management from JDE, HCM from PeopleSoft, and project portfolio management from Primavera, reporting from Hyperion. It's a big challenge. So taking the license or subscription from the different companies for the different solutions, again, we have to connect those applications. Connecting all these applications that we call as integration. Connecting all these applications we call as integrations. Integrating all the applications using for their company business process will become a big challenge. No company will choose such kind of solution. At least if they are going to use Oracle, at least there should be 3-4 solutions which they need. 1 or 2 solutions they may choose from other products, but from each product, if they are going to each vendor, if they are going to choose the different solutions, they have to have resource who are expertise in all those products, and they have to integrate, and we have to use. There will be many challenges. So if any company is looking for best solutions for all these areas, there is no one product, there is no one company who is providing the best solutions. So that is the reason what Oracle it is. So Oracle acquired PeopleSoft company, Oracle acquired JD Edwards company, Oracle acquired Siebel company, Oracle acquired Hyperion company, Primavera company, not SAP. Many other companies Oracle acquired, many other companies and many other technologies they acquired. After acquiring all these all products became Oracle products. All they taken as a fusion. What Oracle it is, as a part of fusion solution, they are taking the financials from Oracle, Now PeopleSoft is Oracle PeopleSoft. Oracle purchased PeopleSoft. From PeopleSoft, they are taking HCM solution. JD Edwards. JD means JD Edwards. That is a product. That is a company name. So this company also Oracle purchased. They acquired this product. And from that, they are taking the SCM procurement solution. Siebel also Oracle acquired. And from Siebel, CRM solution they are taking. And from Hyperion, reporting, budgeting, and many other products as a part of Hyperion, they are selecting, they just selected as EPM. From Primavera projects and many other solutions which are best in the market, those almost all the companies Oracle acquired, and everything they are taking best in each and every area. In financials, what is the best? Oracle. So from Oracle, they are taking financials. And HCM is famous from PeopleSoft. PeopleSoft company Oracle purchased, and HCM they are taking. And that's how, which is the best solution in the market that they are taking. And they build the application called as Fusion. They built application called as Fusion. If any company is going to use the Fusion, they are going to get everything the best in the market. What is the best in the market that you can find in the Fusion? Because most of the products Oracle acquired, except a few ERPs. Not only that, even Oracle acquired NetSuite, and there are many other applications and enterprise solutions Oracle acquired. Now, those all companies all products are owned by Oracle. Since they have a ownership with the many products, what are the best for what? Those they pick, they build the product called as Fusion. If any company is going to use the Fusion applications, it means they are going to get best whatever available in the market. So that is the meaning of Fusion, what we have to understand. So any questions here, please? Any questions? Okay, no questions. Now, let's see what is the meaning of cloud. What is the meaning of cloud? If any company wants to use Oracle Fusion applications, they can go with on-premise. If any company wants to use Oracle Fusion applications, they can go with on-premise. On-premise means, to take example of company XYZ Inc., they want to use Oracle Fusion applications for their organization. For that, they have to buy the servers. They have to place the servers in specific locations. Say they buy the servers and they'll place the servers in the USA. And they have to take the license for Fusion applications. And they need Fusion Apps DBA who can install the Fusion applications in the server. And the DBA and the technical team, they have to take care of the networking, security, admin part. And the server need to be managed by the DBA. And if Oracle is going to come up with the latest releases, those need to be taken care by DBA team on. So it means if this company wants to use Fusion applications for their company, organization, business process, or data maintenance, whatever it may be, they have to invest a lot for servers. They have to buy the server infrastructure. They have to take the license for the Fusion applications. They have to get the DBA team who can install and who can manage the servers. They have to take care of the server maintenance and upgrades and all. So these are the many challenges. They have to invest a lot for servers, license, it will cost very high, and they have to take care of the servers. So instead of going with this on-premise, if you are going to have a servers in your location, that we call as on-premise. When you have a servers in your location, you should have a server. Somebody should take care of the servers all the time. The server should up and running. There will be a number of activities related to server as a server maintenance. This is all you have to take care. So instead of going with your own servers, what you can do is you can depend on Oracle servers. So Oracle is providing the servers. Okay, Oracle is providing the servers. The servers, whatever Oracle provides, those we call as virtual servers. So these virtual servers are created by Oracle by using the big missions, big servers they will use. They create the virtual servers. As a company, if you want to use any server, you don't need to buy the server. You don't need to have a DBA team. You don't need to take care of the server maintenance. Everything Oracle will take care. You just take the subscription. Okay. In case of your own servers, on-premise, you have to buy the servers. In case of cloud, no servers you have to buy, just Oracle will provide the virtual server. In case of on-premise, you have to take the application license. But in case of cloud means nothing but Oracle provided servers, virtual servers. In case of cloud, you don't need to take the license for the Fusion applications, just you can take the subscription. It's very cheap. And in case of on-premise, in your own servers, you need Fusion Apps DBAs. Here you no need to have any DBAs. The DBA part can be taken care by Oracle itself. And Fusion Apps implement installation. In case of on-premise, the Fusion applications need to be installed in your servers. But in case of cloud, you will get virtual servers with applications only. And network security admin part, everything will be taken care by Oracle team only. You don't need to have a separate team. And server maintenance also Oracle will take care in case of cloud. And any upgrades, Oracle will update automatically. So you don't need to worry about anything, just use and pay. So Oracle will provide the virtual servers, and the virtual servers you can use for your business and you can pay accordingly. And in case of cloud, how we can have a great user experience. So what Oracle is doing is, instead of maintaining the physical servers, they are creating the virtual servers. Wherever you are doing the business, they are keeping those virtual servers available. If you are doing the business in US, in the US data centers, whatever managed by Oracle, they'll keep your virtual server available in the US data center. If any user is trying to connect to the server from US, easily they can connect to that server without any challenges with the network and all. And the same way users are working from India, that they'll keep that server in India data center, so that for the India users, there will be great user experience. So wherever you are doing the business, they'll try to keep your servers to be available in that country through their data centers, since the servers are virtual servers they are providing. You take example of WhatsApp, Facebook, Google, or anything. These all are virtual servers only. So in a few years ago, if you try to connect to any application, it shows a message. Please wait, we are fetching the data, we are processing, we are finding the data, this and that. So because those all were physical servers on premise. Nowadays, almost everything is cloud. If you tap WhatsApp, immediately it will respond. It is not going to take any time. It is not going to give you a message, please wait, we are fetching your contacts. Please wait, we are trying to retrieve the data. Nothing, no message. It will respond immediately, because if you are in India, the WhatsApp server also would be available in the data center within India data center, so that if you are accessing that WhatsApp from India, so it will respond immediately. The server is not going to be in US or some other countries. So from wherever you are trying to connect, you can think there itself you have a server. The virtual servers can be available internet as a source. The virtual servers can be available internet as a source. That is the meaning of cloud. Cloud means you are going to have your applications not in your own server. You are going to have your applications in Oracle servers that we call as virtual servers. If it is a physical servers, you can have in the specific location. If it is a virtual servers always resides internet as a source. Wherever you have internet, you can think there is your server. Just tap, connect, and access. That's it. So there are no challenges. So with all the security standards Oracle following, and they are providing the access to these virtual servers. So that's what we call as a cloud. Okay, when you talk about cloud, it's all about we are going to use Oracle provided virtual servers. Within that virtual servers, you can have a Fusion applications. But to use the Fusion applications, you no need to maintain the servers, no license, no DBAs, no installation, no maintenance, no upgrades. You have to take care. Everything can be taken care by Oracle. This is what you have to understand when you talk about cloud and Fusion. Okay, we discussed about what is the meaning of Fusion. Fusion is nothing but Oracle acquired many products in the market. From those, the best solution they selected and they built ultimate product called as Fusion. If any company is going to use Fusion, they are going to get best solutions. Along with that, instead of going with their own servers, on-premise, own servers means we call as on-premise. Instead of going with a own servers, the companies can go with a cloud solution where Oracle can provide the virtual servers they can use for their business. They can pay for, they can take the subscription and they can pay accordingly. They can use for their business. They no need to take all these headaches. These are really headaches. So we have to maintain the team and we have to allocate one room for that. The power bills for the big missions and many things will come into the picture. And all the time the server should up and running. Sometimes if DB is not available, if server goes down, big business loss. No one can work on that system. So that's how there will be many challenges. That is the reason in case of cloud, everything is easy and very cheap. So that's all about cloud. Any questions here, please? Any questions from anyone, please? Okay, cool. No questions. Now, if any company is going to use this virtual servers, nothing but cloud. If any company is going to use this cloud for their company, what are the different options are available from Oracle? So from Oracle, we have different options like SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. SaaS stands for software as a service. PaaS stands for platform as a service. IaaS stands for infrastructure as a service. As a company, if you want to use the Fusion applications, you can choose SaaS or PaaS. IaaS, it's nothing, just there won't be any applications inside of it. We will discuss. So what does it mean by SaaS? SaaS means software as a service. As a company, if you take the SaaS subscription, you get access to standard application. If you take the license for Fusion Financials, you get Fusion Finance access and you can use for your company. In the same way, PaaS also. PaaS stands for platform as a service. You will get standard applications. In case of SaaS and PaaS, you get standard applications. But in case of PaaS, you will get access to do the customization. You can create the new pages. You can create the new applications also. That is possible in the PaaS, which is not possible in the SaaS. In case of SaaS, you cannot create the new pages and you cannot create the new applications. Whatever Oracle is providing, you have to use it. If you want to create the new reports, yes, you can create in case of SaaS and PaaS. If you want to create some interfaces, means you want to connect one application with another application. That is possible in case of SaaS and PaaS. So if Oracle is going to come up with the latest releases, in case of SaaS, those can be upgraded automatically. Okay, any changes for the product what you are using, if you are a SaaS customer, automatically the changes will reflect on your instance. Auto upgrade takes place. In case of PaaS, since you are doing the customizations nothing but creating something as a new. Okay, creating something as a new. Here you can see. So customizations means creating new reports, creating new pages or applications, and creating the interfaces. Interfaces means connecting one application with another application. Take example. You have Oracle AP, accounts payable application. You are using the other application, third-party application called as Workday HCM. That's a separate product. If you want to connect this third-party application with Oracle AP, this we can connect with the customization that we call as interface. You have to connect one application with another application. You don't need to connect applications which you get from Oracle. If you are getting any applications from any other company, if you want to connect that application with Oracle Fusion applications, for that you have to do the customization. That customization we call as interface. We connect this application with this application that we call as interfaces. We build the interfaces with the concept called as customizations. So that's how customization means. You may create the report, you may create the interface, you may create the pages or applications. This all can be done by technical consultant. Being a functional consultant, we are not going to do any customizations. Customizations always should be done by technical consultant. Customization all should be done by technical consultant. So In case of SaaS, okay, in case of SaaS, you can create the reports and interfaces. You, in the sense, technical consultant can create, not we. So you can create these reports and interfaces. That same is possible in PaaS also. But what is additional in the PaaS? You can create new pages and do applications also. That we call as key customizations. That is the reason. Simply you can say in SaaS, customizations are not possible. In the PaaS, customizations are possible. In SaaS also customizations are possible, but those are limited to reports and interfaces. In case of PaaS, along with the reports and interfaces, you can do the new pages and new application development also. That privilege you get within the PaaS. For that, Oracle is providing the platform. Okay, PaaS stands for Platform as a Service. SaaS stands for Software as a Service. Means here you get access to software and you can use it as it is. You cannot create something new. You cannot modify the application, but here it is possible. Since you are doing the customization, if Oracle will come up with the latest releases, any changes, those cannot be updated in your system automatically. You have to work on it, then only the updates will reflect. If you are an IaaS customer, Oracle will provide the infrastructure, means they will provide the storage space. Within that storage space, you can store anything. You can store the files, you may install the application, what purpose you want to use, that you can use in case of IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Say in your laptop, you have a hard disk. In the same way, virtual space Oracle will provide. No applications you can find inside of it. If any company is going to use Oracle Fusion applications for their organization, they can choose SaaS or PaaS. If somebody wants to do the customizations, if they want to create something else apart from what Oracle is providing, always they will go with the PaaS. If they don't want to create something new, whatever Oracle is providing, that is more than enough for any company, then they'll go with the SaaS. And so in the SaaS and PaaS, the common is you get the applications. In case of SaaS, you cannot do the customizations, but in the PaaS, you can do the customizations. Okay, so this is the point you have to understand about SaaS and PaaS. Now, which cloud option most of the clients are using? More than 95% of clients are using SaaS only. Okay, 95% clients are using SaaS only. Only few customers are using SaaS. Whose business process need to be customized, those clients only using the PaaS solution. Otherwise, all the customers, I can say more than 95% of the clients in the market, they are using SaaS, because something may not be available today. It will come later, that can be updated automatically in that environment. That is the expectation. But anyway, the product is very much stabilized by this time. So most of the companies are using SaaS. Very few clients are using PaaS. When you are working as a finance functional consultant, it doesn't make any difference. It could be SaaS or PaaS. Our job would be same. Applications will remain as it is. There won't be any difference between the SaaS and PaaS with respect to the applications. So what we have in the SaaS, you can see in the same in the PaaS. But the additional advantage in case of PaaS is you can do the customizations. Technical consultant can do the customizations, which is not possible in the SaaS. That is only limited to reports and interfaces. So this is what we call as SaaS and PaaS. Okay, IaaS means infrastructure as service. That is just storage space. That is just storage space. This is all about Fusion and the cloud. Any questions from anyone, please? Any questions, please? No questions? Okay. So if no questions, we'll move on to other topic. So when we are going to work on Fusion applications, for every client, Oracle provides two instances. This is a one and this is another one. I'm just giving the number as a 1 and 2. Two instances we get. These we call as instances. The Fusion applications access we get, that environment we call as instance. Within that instance only we can have our applications. Finance applications, supply chain management applications. You take any applications, all will be part of instance. You can call instance as environment also. The other name is pod, 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 iPod, like lightweight kind of device or component. So you can call it as instance, or you can call as environment, or you can call as pod. When we are working for any implementation project, you get access to two instances. One is test instance, the other one is production instance. Two instances we get by default. If you want to get one more instance, okay, if you want to get one more instance, yes, you can get one more instance for development purpose. Okay, so what are the customizations you are going to do? Those may be report customizations. In case of PaaS, pages, application customizations, or interfaces, connecting one system to another system. To test all those, you can use this development instance. For any customizations, you can use the development instance. For any functional things, you can use the test instance. And production is the one which can be used by client. This is a real instance, okay, or live, the real instance which client will be using to record the day-to-day business transactions. Production instance is the one which can be used by client. So by default, we get two instances, one for testing, other one for production. If implementation duration is 10 months, mostly 7 to 8 months will be working on the test instance only. So we'll do the setups in the test instance. We'll be testing everything is working fine or not. If everything is working fine, we will show to the client. We take their acceptance. If everything is working fine, if client is okay with everything, the same setups we can move from this test instance to this production instance. Okay, we can move the setups from test to production instance. That we can do. And if we are going to do any customizations, creating new reports, creating some interfaces to connect one application with another application, or if you are going to create the pages or application, so you can do all those in the test instance itself. Test instance ideally can be used by functional consultants. If technical consultants wants to use this, yes, it can be used by technical consultant to do any customizations. Instead of doing the customizations in the test instance, if you want to have a separate instance for customizations, you can have a separate instance that you can call as development instance. So development instance you can call as dev instance, or you can call as dev environment or a dev pod. And this is the one. Once everything is finalized, we set up this production instance, then client will start using this to record the day-to-day business transactions. So this is what we call as landscape of the instances. These are the instances which you see as a part of implementation. If you are working for one client, by default, you get access to these two instances. One is a test, other one is production. So initially you get access to test instance, you'll start working on it, you'll do setups, you'll test, you'll show to the client, you'll get their acceptance. That's how things need to be finalized, the system point of view. So once everything is finalized, you will start working on the production. You do the production setups, or else you can copy the setups from the test instance to production instance. So that's how you can just move the setups. And along with that, you may use the development instance, or else developments also you can do within the test instance. So by default, two instances you can see in every implementation. In few implementations, the client may get one or two more instances also, additional instances for developments and other purposes. So along with these, there is another instance which we call as vision instance. What is the difference between these three instances and this instance? In these three instances, whatever you use for your client, there won't be any sample data. Everything you have to create, everything you have to set up based on the client business. Okay, everything we have to set up. But in case of this vision instance, there will be sample data. Oracle is providing the Vision instance with the sample data for the purpose of testing and learning purposes. If you look into Vision instance, you will have a sample data. Why we are calling this instance as a Vision instance? The sample data, whatever we have within this instance, that sample data they are giving with the name called as Vision. Okay, the sample data they are providing with the company name called as Vision. That is the reason that instance itself we are calling as a Vision instance. So Vision instance, you don't see from client side. Oracle is not providing any Vision instance for the clients. Clients, the instances what they provide, like test, development, and production. These are the instances they provide. But Vision instance they'll provide to the companies who are implementing the Vision application. You take example Infosys. Infosys is Oracle implementation partner. Product is owned by Oracle, but Infosys is doing the implementation for the clients, because Infosys is already Oracle partner, so that they have a right to do implementations for clients by taking the product from Oracle. So for such kind of companies, Oracle is providing these Vision instances for internal training purposes and other aspects. The Vision instances can be used by companies like Infosys, Wipro, TCS, you take a Deloitte. These all are Oracle implementation partners. So they all work for these Oracle Fusion implementations. They find the clients, they do the implementation. By implementing, they can earn the money. By selling the product, Oracle can get the money. By utilizing these products, companies can get the benefit. So this is how many Oracle implementation partners are there in the market. Mostly we get job opportunity with Oracle implementation partners. So they'll be placing us in their clients locations or for their client projects. So that's how it works. Okay. So any questions here, please? Any questions from anyone? So we discussed about the meaning
Hi,
of
Lakshman.
Vision, cloud, and instant.
Hi, Lakshman. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, if we can do all the customizations in test instance, why do the development instance is needed?
Not required. Not required. So if you have a just simple customizations, you can do in the test instance itself. If you have many customizations, better you can go with the development instance. Because
When you say
one
this,
second, let me explain. Okay, if you have many customizations, you can go with the development instance. Say you have many customizations, but you are not going with the development instance, separate instance. You are doing all the customizations in the test instance. So because of the developments what we are doing, it may disturb our functional setups also. That will create big issue. Okay, so that is the reason. If you have a few customizations, yes, you can do in the test instance itself. Many customizations also you can do, but sometimes there could be risk. To avoid the risk, if you have many customizations, better you can go with a separate instance called as dev instance, or call it as a development instance. Development instance can be used by technical consultants. Test instance is used by functional consultants. Very few developments means the test instance itself can be used by technical and functional consultants. That's how it works, reality. Now you can go ahead with your questions.
okay. When you are saying like many customization, does it relate with the SaaS and PaaS? Like if the PaaS infrastructure we have, then by default we need a development instance, right? Because there will be many customizations. Is it like
Yes,
so?
in case of PaaS, that's what I'm mentioning. I've clearly mentioned the same point. In case of many customizations, client should go with the development instance.
Okay.
Less means test instance. Enough.
Okay, thank you.
See, even they are going with a PaaS, even if they are going with a PaaS, if they are doing less customizations, they can use test itself. Okay. It could be SaaS or PaaS. We have to look at many or less. Less customizations, okay, those can be just customized, those can be created, those can be tested within the test instances. It depends.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Any other questions, please?
Hi, sir. Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, is it useful for BTech students?
Yeah, it is useful for anyone, but only the point is we should be okay with the communication skills. If you are okay with the communication skills, and you can anyone can do this course, and as a fresher, less job opportunities, and most of the people do this kind of courses, they'll claim some experience and they'll try for the job. That is a market. Okay, if somebody is okay with the communication skills, if they have a minimum bachelor degree, any degree, it works. Any other questions, please? Right, no questions. Yeah, let's move on. So these are the instances. Okay, now if you want to get access to this instance, you have to create the user and you have to get certain privileges to work on that instance as a consultant. Okay, to work on the instance as a consultant, you need certain privileges. So by default, in every instance, there will be one user called as FA admin. By default, Oracle is providing one user called as FA admin. In every instance, you'll have a FA admin. With that, you can connect to that instance. Oracle will provide the login credentials. So when you are working as a consultant, the first task what we have to do is we get access to this instance. You can log into the instance and you have to create your own user. Okay, you have to create your own user. When you create your own user, what are the points you have to consider? When you create your own user, you have to create the user that you call as implementation user. Whatever the user you create in the fresh instance as a implementation consultant, when you are going to work for any implementation, we can call as ourselves as implementation consultant. Oracle Fusion Financials implementation consultant, Oracle Fusion Finance consultant, we are going to do the implementation. So you can say we are implementation consultants. When we are working as implementation consultant, so the user, whatever we create for ourselves, that we call as implementation user. So you have to create the user. To that user, you have to assign these two roles. Okay, we have to assign these two roles. The roles are application implementation consultant and IT security manager role. Application implementation consultant and IT security manager role. These two roles we have to create and we have to assign to the user so that that user will be able to access to entire environment, entire instance to work as a consultant. What is the purpose we have to assign these two roles? If we assign application implementation consultant role to any user, that user will get access to FSM, functional setup manager. If the user will get access to FSM, that user can do the setups, or you can call it configuration. Doing the setups or doing the configuration, nothing but the system point of implementation. So if you have access to application implementation consultant, you can do the system setups. You can set up the system. Which applications you can set up? Any application. Any application you can set up if you have access to FSM. How do you get access to FSM? You need access to application implementation consultant role. As a user, if you have access to application implementation consultant role, you can connect to FSM and you can do the setups. The other point is IT security manager. This is another role. These two we call as roles. So we have to get access to IT security manager role so that you will be able to create users. Which user need access to which application, accordingly you can assign the roles. So if you get access to IT security manager, you will get access to the area called as security console. From security console, you can create the users and you can manage the roles. So these are the two roles you should remember: application implementation consultant, IT security manager. These two roles Oracle is providing. You don't need to create in the instance. Oracle is providing. Whatever Oracle provides, those we call as seeded. Since these are the roles, we call as seeded roles. we call as seeded roles. Already we discussed FSM stands for Functional Setup Manager. In the yesterday session also, we discussed about if you want to do any setups, okay, if you want to do any setups that can be performed from the FSM only. If you want to set up payables, yes, we have to do from FSM. You want to do the setup for receivables, you have to do from FSM. So any application related setups you can do from FSM. How do you get access to FSM? With the help of role called as Application Implementation Consultant role. Okay, with the help of Application Implementation Consultant role, you can get access to FSM. So this is what you have to understand. When you are working for any implementation project, we get access to the instance, or the Oracle, from Oracle side, our client will get the credentials. They'll pass that credentials to us since we are going to work as a consultant. With those credentials, you can log into that instance. The first task is create your own user. When you create your own user, you have to assign these two roles to your user. So ideally, we create separate users. For finance, one user, SCM, one user, HCM, one user, procurement, one user. This is how we create the different users as a part of implementation. So this is what you have to understand about the Fusion Cloud instances and user creation. Any questions, please? Any questions from anyone? No questions. Now we'll go and see how to create the user within the instance. Okay, we'll go and see how to create the user within the instance. Fine. So this is the instance we are going to use to create our own user. Okay, so I'm going to connect to this instance with one specific user. When you are going to practice on this instance, you will get this user credentials from our team. They'll share those details with you, and you can follow the same process to create your own user. Now I'm going to connect to this instance as a DLF user. Okay, I have one user called as DLF. I'll connect to this instance with that user, and we will see how to create new user. This instance is cloud instance. Okay, this is a cloud instance. So you can devise this, you can access this instance from any device. From any device, you can access this instance. No add-ons, no plugins are required. Okay, even you can access this instance from your smartphone if it is connected to internet. So I'm going to connect to this instance as a DLF user. So provide username and password. When you are going to practice, we will share you the username and password with the same credentials. You can connect to that instance and you can create your own user. We connected to this instance. We'll come to know all these points, whatever you can see here. But now our target is user creation. What we want to do, we want to create our own user and we want to assign these two roles to this user, which are seeded roles. These two Oracle is providing, we can assign so that we can start working on this instance as a consultant. To create the new user, click on this bar icons. This we call as navigator icons. Place the cursor, the pop-up shows navigator. Click on this navigator icon. And within this navigator, you can find different sections. Go to section called as tools. Within the navigator, you can find the section related to tools. Tools area you can find. You just click on that, that will be expanded. So under tools, you can see one task called as security console. What you see here, everything we call as one task, TASK task. Under tools, we have one task called as security console. From the security console, we can create the users. Now, whatever the user I'm using as a DLF, this user also created from the security console itself. So click on security console task. It will take us to security console. From security console, you can create the user. Ignore that message, whatever you see, you select users. Select users, click on add user account. Okay, click on add user account. Here you can create the user and you can assign those two roles by clicking on add roles. That's all. Okay, so let me take this navigation once again. So whatever the user you get, with that user, you can log into the instance. So after connecting to the instance, what you can do is you can go to navigator. Where you can find the navigator? Here is the navigator icon, bar icons you can see. Click on this navigator icon. Now it is opening on panel. Within this panel, you can see the different sections. One of the section is tools. You expand it. Just click on tools, it will be expanded. Under tools, you can see the security console. Under tools, you can see security console. Click on security console. Now select users. We are going to create the user. Select users. To create the new user, click on add user account. Click on add user account. Here you can provide the username, last name, first name, email. These are all details you can provide, or else you can provide whatever the data is mandatory, you can provide last name. So I want to create the user called as ERPTREE. Give as a last name, use tab. The same name it will copy as a username. I given last name, the same name it is taking as a username. If you want to provide last name and first name and email ID, yes, you can provide. And here is the password policy. You can see if you place the cursor on that I information, it shows at least 8 characters, one number you have to include as a path within the password. If you are setting the password, you have to follow that policy. So set password and confirm the same password. Okay, now if you want to assign the roles, you can click on this add roles. You can click on add roles and you can assign the roles to this user. We'll see. First, we'll create the user. After creating the user, we will assign the roles. Along with the user creation, if you want to assign the roles, yes, you click on this and you can assign. We'll see later. First, let's create user. So we given last name. Last name system is taking the username. If you want to update, you can update it. Set password and say save and close. So with these details, we created user. If you connect to this, if the same user, if you connect to into this instance, you cannot perform anything because no permissions are given to that user. The user is just blank. No roles are assigned. Let's see how to assign the roles. Just find the user from the same page. So ERPTREE, search. Here is the user record. You can say display name and username. We didn't provide any email ID. And user status is active. This user is not locked. You can see the actions here. You can click on drop down. If you want to lock this account, you can lock it. If you lock with this user, you cannot log into the instance. If you want to reset the password, yes, you can reset the password for this user. If you want to delete, you can delete it. Reality, delete option should not be available, but Oracle is providing. If you delete, what system will do is, reality, it is not going to delete the user. It will delete this user from this page only. The username will remain in the database as it is. You cannot use that user once you delete from this page. Okay, it is not a complete deletion, it's a partial deletion. And if you want to compare this user with any other user, you can use this. If you want to copy this user to create one more user, you can use the copy user functionality. So this is how we have the user level actions. If you want to reset the password for this user, click on reset password. select manually change password and you can set the new password. Reset password. Done. So we reset the password. Now the user we created, user is empty. We are going to assign the roles. To assign the roles to this user, click on username. Just click on the username. Click on edit. And click on add roles. So which roles we have to assign? These two roles. Application implementation consultant and IT security manager. These two roles we are going to assign to this user. Let's see how to assign. Search for the role called as application implementation consultant. Okay, application implementation. Don't type implementation consultant, just type application implementation. Type only up to implementation. Now you can see you have application implementation administrator, application implementation consultant, application implementation manager. So what we have to assign to the user? Only consultant. Even if you assign administrator and manager, you will not have a privileges whatever we have inside of this role. Application implementation consultant can have full privileges to have access to this entire instance as a functional consultant. So even if you assign this administrator role and manager role, you are not going to get any additional privileges. We have to assign only consultant. We don't need any administrator and manager roles. So assign application implementation consultant role. You search for consultant. Now you can see the role name is same, application implementation consultant. Again here application implementation consultant. What is the difference between these two roles? Name is same, but codes are different. It is starting with ORA. It is starting with ASM. It is starting with ORA ASM. It is just starting with ASM. Any one you can choose. Okay, if two are available, any one you can choose, no worries. But prefer to choose which is starting with ORA. We will have one class on the role customization. Within that class, you will understand what is the difference between these two. But inside, we will have a same privileges. There is small difference, not related to access. In other aspects, we will discuss that going forward. So I'm going to assign the role called as application implementation consultant, where the role code is starting with ORA. ORA means Oracle, ORA. Select. With the same role name, somebody created copy. Okay, somebody copied the role. Okay, since we are using this instance for practice, somebody copied the role. We will see all these things in the one session, how to create the new roles, how to copy and modify, how to create the new role from the scratch, or how to copy and edit the role. This all we will test. So now you have to assign the role which Oracle is providing. First one is Oracle providing. Second one, somebody copied and create a new role. So you select this role and click on add role membership. Just click on add role membership. It means we are assigning this role to our user. So it's assigned. In the background, you can see application implementation consultant. What is another role we have to assign? IT security manager. We have to assign IT security manager role to this user. Let's see how to assign. Search for IT security manager. IT security manager. Here also you can find the two roles. IT security manager, IT security manager. Which is starting with ORA, you select it. Okay, which is starting with ORA, you select it. The first one is starting with ORA as a prefix. You select it. And again select IT security manager. Somebody copied and they kept the note as don't use. Select IT security manager. click on add role membership. Now you click on done. 2 roles we plan to assign, we already assigned. Now you can click on done. Okay. To this ERPTREE user, we assign these 2 roles. Now click on save and close. Just click on save and close and click on done. So we are ready with ERPTREE user. You can log into this instance and you can have a full privileges. You can start working as a consultant. So this is the very first task we have to perform when we do the implementation for any client. So initially we get the credentials from our project manager or any other team members, or you may get these instance credentials, username, password, and instance URL directly from the client. Once you get, you have to log into the instance and you have to create the user to work on the instance. When you create the user, what roles we have to assign? 2 roles: application implementation consultant and IT security manager. Once you complete the setups, you have to assign few additional roles. But initially, you have to create the user and assign only those 2 roles. Then you can start working on the instance as a consultant. So this is what we have to understand. So we'll go and verify this user is able to access to FSM or not. This user is able to access to security console or not. We will check, because these roles should allow to those areas. Okay, from ERPTREE user, we'll go and check. Before we proceed with that, any questions from anyone, please? Any questions, please?
Yeah, hi sir. I want to ask, if somebody deletes a user which is created by another consultant, is it possible to retrieve the user again?
Not possible. Say now I created ERPTREE. You may
Okay.
delete this user.
Mhm.
Again, we cannot create this user. It would be there in the database and it won't be available to access from this page since the user is deleted from this page.
So my next question will be, is it possible to delete a user created by another consultant?
Anyone. If you have access to this page, any user you can delete.
Okay.
But in the company, you don't give access to this page for everyone. There will be administrator. They will take care of all those.
Okay.
Yeah. As a consultant, we can access. Once client will start using this system, this instance, so there will be the person who will be taking the responsibility of user creation and user maintenance. So everybody is not going to have access to this page. So there won't be any challenges with the user deletions or other activities.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Any other questions?
Can we see the database, Lakshman?
Yeah, database we can connect.
We can connect through the Toad or something like that?
No
or
Toad, directly
no.
within this instance.
Okay.
No,
we can see the
cannot
same
use
table.
Same
I mean-
tables, EBS finance tables only we have in the Fusion as this.
Okay. So we can
we
see
will have
all
one
the
concept, because
Okay.
we will talk about how to connect to the database, how to write SQL query in the Fusion environment. That I'll be discussing as a part of tables application.
So will you cover the migration part also, like
Yes.
EBS
Yes.
to
That's a
All
very
right.
primary. It's a functional in the Fusion. No technical
functional?
resource are required. You can load all the master data, transactional data, everything. We are going to see in our classes. We are going to execute. It's not like just understanding
All
end-to-end
right. Okay.
process.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. Any questions?
Lakshman, one doubt, whether there is any limit for the implementation users, like 2 users should be only
No,
implementation
no
users.
limit. No limit.
Okay.
You can create a number of users.
Yeah.
we-
Other question is, sorry to interrupt. All right. Go ahead.
If we create multiple users, whether we need to pay for the Oracle also for creation of users, or it's a part
No.
of pack?
See, Oracle will count the users what you are using in the production instance.
Oh,
Okay. There you don't create too many users. In the test instance, you can create as many you want, you can create. When you talk about production, will create limited users. Again, whatever the users you create as implementation users, Oracle is not going to count. Oracle will count employee users.
Oh,
Yeah. Employees only can perform the transaction. Implementation, we do one time. We don't record any transaction with these users. These users to do the setups, to do the implementation.
oh, got it.
Yeah.
Are you going to cover a testing part, Lakshman? Like, for example, like a functional, we do test, we know, right?
Yeah, we will do that. And throughout our course,
Mm-hmm.
whenever we record the transaction, that is a testing part only. How to create invoice, how to make the payment, how many
Are you
type
going to
of
use
invoice
any
we have
tool
to, what is the
kind tool?
navigation, what data we have to enter, what actions we have to perform, everything we do. See, in the system point of view, what we do is, one area is we understand the concept. Second point is we do the system configuration. Third area is transaction process. So
Right.
your
So
testing will come under transaction creations. There you can see that how we can record the transaction that you can treat as a testing.
it'll be manual testing, right? It's not going to
Manual
use
only,
any
manual
or
testing.
manual.
Yes, yes, it's not like automation testing.
Okay.
I have one question. Once you just click on that add role, and I have seen that after that there is a one bottom is there, add auto provision roles.
Yeah,
What
that
are
is
the
separate concept. There is a time to understand that. You have to create the employee user, then you will be able to do it. With the implementation user, you cannot touch that.
okay, got it.
You'll
Thank you.
come to know when see when we go through, there are many things which you come across, but whenever we reach that stage, I'll be covering those.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. So any questions, please? No questions. Now, so we'll go on to verify this user called as ERPTREE is able to access to FSM, Functional Setup Manager, and because of IT Security Manager, this user is able to access to Security Console or not. We'll go and check these two areas. So let's connect to the instance as ERPTREE user. Sign out. And here you can log in as a ERPTREE user. Sign in. Now, first we are going to verify the ERPTREE user is able to access to FSM to perform the setups because of application implementation consultant role. What is the purpose of application implementation role? The application implementation role will allow us to have access to FSM. FSM stands for Functional Setup Manager. From FSM, you can do any application related setups. Now we'll go and check this user is able to have access to FSM or not. How to check? Click on username. It will open on panel. Within the panel, you can see one task. Everything we call as a task. These all are different tasks. There is one task called as setup and maintenance. There is one task called as setup and maintenance. This task we are able to see in this panel because this user got access to application implementation consultant role. Because of application implementation consultant role, we are able to see the task called as setup and maintenance. If you click on this setup and maintenance, this will take us to FSM page, Functional Setup Manager page. From there, you can do any application related setups. Just click on setup and maintenance. Just click on setup and maintenance. So this page we call as FSM page, Functional Setup Manager. To implement any functionality, we do the setups and we can manage those setups also. That is the reason Functional Setup Manager. Okay, within this FSM, Functional Setup Manager, we can do any setups. Say you want to implement payables. What you can do is, here you can click on the drop down go to financials. Payables is part of financials, right? Select financials. And here is the payables. Select payables. Now you can do the payable setups. You want to implement receive general ledger. Select general ledger. You can do the general ledger setups. These are the different setups. We'll come to know how to do the setups. And you want to implement the receivables. Select receivables. These are the receivable related setups. You want to implement fixed assets. Select fixed assets and do these setups. So this is how you can do any application related setups from FSM. From ERPTREE user, we are able to access to FSM. Within the FSM, here we are able to see the different application. For each application, what are the setups we have to perform, we are able to see. This is because of application implementation consultant role, which is assigned to this ERPTREE user. Now the second role is IT security manager. Second one is IT security manager. Because of IT security manager, we should be able to access to security console. We'll go and verify whether this user is able to access to security console or not. If you have access to security console, you can create the new users and you can assign the roles. Let's see that. So to verify whether this user got access to security console or not, because of IT security manager role, click on navigator icon, bars. Click on navigator icon. Within this navigator, you can find tools. Under tools, you can see the task called as security console. We are able to see the security console here because IT security manager role is assigned to this ERPTREE user. If you don't assign ERPTREE user the IT security manager role, you under tools, you don't see security console. Now we are able to see because of IT security manager role is assigned to current user. Click on security console. From here, you can create the new users. Go to users. Okay, select users. From the users page, you can create the new users. Click on add user account. You can create user and you can assign the role. Okay. So this is what the roles purpose. Okay. When we are going to start with implementation, you have to create your own user and assign these two roles. The first role is application implementation consultant, which is required for every consultant to do the setups from FSM. The second role is IT security manager. This is to get access to security console so that you will be able to create users and you can assign the roles and you can manage users and you can manage the roles also within the security console. So this is all about understanding user. The user what we are discussing is implementation user. After completing few setups, we have to create another user called as employee user. Why we have to create, how these two are different, we will discuss when we create it. But initially you can create only implementation user. You cannot create employee user. To create employee user, you need to complete few setups. So any questions on this, please?
Lakshman, real time we use MD50 document, right, for functional consultant for EBIS.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. What about this fusion? We also use the same setup.
Any document, see, that is a methodology. Okay.
Okay.
That is a methodology. You are talking MD50 as per AIM methodology. Okay, that everything I explained in the real-time classes. Within this 15 hours, you will see that. So this is the methodology you are talking about.
Okay.
So in OEM, different name we call. That also explained in the classes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some companies, they don't follow any one of these methodologies. They prepare the document, they use some internal names.
Okay.
They may call it simply functional spec.
Okay.
Or else functionality definition document, FDD.
Okay, that's a responsibility we have to create, right? A functional consultant, right?
What?
We have to create that particular document,
Document.
or
Yeah,
yeah.
yes, we
So
have
will
to
be
prepare. I
okay.
just shown in this 15 hours
Mhm.
also. I just the document also, how we prepare, how the information can be captured, that I explain.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can see everything. You
Okay.
talk about anything related real time, that is there as a part of this 15 hours.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah. Fine. So any questions from anyone? Please. In the tomorrow session, we'll focus on FSM. Okay. There are a few points what we have to understand before we start doing the setups in the system. So we'll understand what is the FSM very detailed level. So within the FSM, we have to create implementation project, and we have to select which applications we are going to implement, which consultant is going to work on which application. And once we start working on the implementation project, so what we completed, what we are working, so what we not yet started, we can set the status accordingly. The project related progress can be captured. All those points we'll discuss in the tomorrow session. Okay, there is certain terminology we use as per FSM. The terminology, what terminology for what we use, these all points we'll discuss. In tomorrow session, primarily we'll be focusing on FSM. And within the FSM, we'll discuss about the solutions. So what are the scope, as per scope, how to create implementation project, what is the meaning of implementation project, what is the benefits of implementation project. If you don't create implementation project, and if you do the setups, what will happen? If you create implementation project and if you do the setups, what are the advantages? This all we will discuss, as well as we'll see in the instance. Okay. So we're done for today. If you have any questions, please stay back. We can discuss. If no questions, we'll connect tomorrow same time. Thank you all. Have a great day and good night. Any questions from anyone, please? Okay, no questions. If no questions, that's all for today. We'll connect tomorrow same time. Thank you all.